All those stories and more on Racehorse Digest. The Racehorse Digest, presented by Citgo, takes you halfway around the world to Nad Al Sheba Racecourse in Dubai. America's Captain Steve and trainer Bob Baffert were in the spotlight in the world's richest horse race there. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln, just back from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, where we hosted the global telecast of the world's richest race card on Saturday. 6 thoroughbred races worth $15 million, including the $6 million Dubai World Cup. We take you now to Dubai. Welcome to the sports and vacation capital of the Middle East, to the ever-changing nation of Dubai. This desert kingdom along the Arabian Gulf is one of the most modern cities in the world. In its 6th year, the Dubai World Cup has become thoroughbred racing's greatest international show. This past Saturday night, Dubai welcomed 77 horses from 17 nations and 5 continents to the Nad Al Sheba Racecourse, featuring its new 5-story Millennium Grandstand. It was a racing night dominated by the American jockeys, who won 4 of the 6 races. David Flores scored first in the $1 Million Godolphin Mile, winning for the home UAE team on Festival of Light, beating China Visit. Flores scored a double in the next race, the world's richest derby, the $2 million UAE Derby. On the inside in the Godolphin blue silks with the white cap, that's Flores on Express Tour. And he just pulls off Godolphin's 3-year-old star, Street Cry, on the outside with jockey Frankie Dettori to win the Derby by a short head. David Flores winning the first 2 thoroughbred races on Dubai World Cup night. In the world's richest sprint race, the $2 million 6-furlong Golden Shaheen, it was an American romp by the favorite Caller One, trained by young Jim Chapman, ridden by Corey Nakatani to this 4.5-length victory. The night's co-feature, the $2 million Dubai Duty Free on the Turf, provided the most exciting finish, as Jim and Tonic from France, number 6, wins by a neck over number 4, Fairy King Prawn, on the outside, with the favorite on the rail, number 15, Sunline, the champion mare from Australia, 3rd. And just look at the reaction. Jim and Tonic's stable lad right after the race. Tears of joy streaming down his cheeks as he waited for the 7-year-old gelding to return after winning the Dubai Duty Free. And now for the feature race of the night, the $6 million Dubai World Cup, a 1.25 miles on the sand track, with a field of 12 runners from 6 nations, going for the winning prize of $3.6 million. Here's the field with the closing odds for international simulcast betting. Number 1, Aptitude at 5-1, trained by Bobby Frankel for Judd Bond Farms. Gary Stevens riding for the USA. Aristotle representing Singapore, a big price. Best of the Best, Godolphin's Best Hope, 7-4, second choice with jockey Frankie Dettori. Broche at 20-1 for Godolphin. Then here's the race favorite, number 5, Captain Steve, owned by Mike Pegram, trained by Bob Baffert. Jerry Bailey trying for his 3rd World Cup win. He's the 7-4 choice from the USA. Early Warning had raced in America, now racing for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ekrar for Godolphin, then High Toy representing France. King Salsa, a non-runner, regular member representing Japan. Sime representing Saudi Arabia. State Shinto, also representing His Highness Sheikh Rashid bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. And finally, number 13, To the Victory, the 5-year-old mare representing Japan. Now for the call of the 6th Dubai World Cup, here's Terry Spargo.
Racing, the starter caught them in a great line. Captain Steve out wide and To the Victory in the centre. Both came out of the gate very quickly. To the Victory goes to the early lead with regular members 2nd and Broche 3rd, tucking in on the rail. 2.5 lengths to Early Warning on the inside of Aristotle, and Captain Steve 3 deep around that pair. Another length to Ekra settling on the fence on the inside of High Tory, Best of the Best deep. Then State Shinto, See Me, and Aptitude had dropped out to the tail of the field. To the Victory takes them to the top of the Nad Al Sheba track. past the mile marker and leads by a length. Broche in second spot with regular member third, and the pace is quick. Captain Steve a length away fourth, and then Aristotle on the inside of best of the best, followed by Ekrar, Early Warning, High Tory, State Shinto. See Me second last is Deep and Aptitude, 3 lengths away at the tail of the field. To the victory is the leader, travelling down the side with 1,000 metres left to run, led by a length and a half over Broche, with regular member a half length away third. Captain Steve in fourth spot, but he has worked hard from the word go. Best of the best out Deep, Ekrar on the rail, then State Shinto, High Tory, Aristotle, Early Warning, Aptitude second last, and See Me had dropped out to the tail as the World Cup field comes to the final bend. 650 metres left to travel, and to the victory. 2 lengths in front of Captain Steve, who rolls up into second spot as they flatten for the run of the judge. Best of the best on the outside, then Broche, Ekrar, High Tory trying to thread his way through, Aptitude deeper out, and then State Shinto to the victory led. 400 metres left to run. Captain Steve comes after to the victory. State Shinto about to run into third spot. It's Captain Steve and to the victory battling it out. Captain Steve on the grandstand side put his head in front of to the victory. They're clear of State Shinto and High Tory. Captain Steve a length in front of to the victory. Then State Shinto and High Tory. Captain Steve drawing clear. 50 metres left to run, and Captain Steve has the Dubai World Cup won. Captain Steve first. To the victory second. Photo third. Might be High Tory from State Shinto.
Captain Steve, the favorite, wins the Dubai World Cup by 3 lengths over Japan's 5-year-old mare To the Victory, with High Tory of France third. Bobby Frankel's Aptitude with 6, Godolphin's Best of the Best finished 8th. Captain Steve is a 4-year-old by Fly So Free, owned by Mike Pegram, trained by Bobby Baffert. It was Baffert's 2nd World Cup victory, while jockey Jerry Bailey wins the world's richest race for a 3rd time. Captain Steve was purchased by Mike Pegram for $70,000 and has now earned over $6.5 million. Afterwards, we talked with the winning connections.
But I think he was the deserving favorite coming into the race. I don't think he was taken lightly by Sheikh Mohammed, any of Godolphin team, or anybody else in the race, as a matter of fact.
And trainer Bob Baffert said he's going to put Captain Steve right back to work.
Well, he's not going to get a rest. I made a mistake with Silver Charm when I brought him over here. I thought he needed a rest. I should have just gone on with him, and he got heavy on me, he never regained that form again.
The Dubai World Cup was also the start of the 2001 Emirates World Series Racing Championship. And Captain Steve and his connections are on top of the standings with 12 points. ESPN's presentation of Race Horse Digest is brought to you by Citgo. We know you. Visa, proud sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. By Long John Silver's, you can't resist the craving. And by EDS, Road to the Roses Fantasy Challenge. Log on to NTRA.com to register.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
New season, new sponsor. That's a lot of pressure. Anything else I can get for you?
Feel the need for speed? Satisfy it with American Quarter Horse Racing. It's easy to learn, and AQHA is ready to help. AQHA provides a variety of educational publications, videos, guides, and seminars. Whether you're an expert or enjoying your first day of the races, a winning ticket could be closer than you think. Call 1-800-414-RIDE or visit AQHA.com and discover the speed and excitement of America's fastest athlete, the American Quarter Horse.
Looking into the bear's eyes, Tom fired. The bear didn't flinch. Welcome to Outdoor Life magazine, where for over 100 years, sportsmen have pursued the big ones, the tough ones, and the sheer enjoyment of the outdoors. Call now and get a full year of Outdoor Life for just 84 cents an issue, plus 2 bonus issues, and a free gift, this good-looking mossy oak rain jacket. It's yours free. Call now and see what kind of excitement is waiting for you in Outdoor Life. The Sportsman's Authority.
Tommy, I think we should have a talk about responsible spending.
Okay.
The blah, 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 blah.
If this is the way you sound to your kids when you talk about spending,
Visa bucks, blah, blah, blah.
give them a Visa Bucks card. A prepaid spending card you put money on and teens can use wherever Visa's accepted. You set the limits and kids learn some responsibility.
Why didn't he just say Visa bucks?
Our set goal leaderboard, Captain Steve with his $3.6 million check from the Dubai World Cup is #1 and goes to 6 all-time among North American money leaders, just behind the great John Henry. In our full watch from Kentucky, you're looking at a daughter of 1977 Triple Crown winner Seattle Slew. The filly was foaled at Eaton Farm in Lexington, Kentucky on January 5th. Well, our first Thoroughbred race recap features another top Kentucky Derby prep race from Turfway Park in northern Kentucky. It's the Grade 2 $600,000 Turfway Spiral Stakes. 3-year-olds going 1 1/8 featured this past Saturday on ESPN. 9 horses leave the starting gate. Buckle Down Ben, the Holy Bull, one of the favorite. But watch for Balto Star on the lead at 6-1.
But it's Balto Star who now opens the lead into the stretch. Balto Star draws off in front now by 6 lengths. On the outside, Halo Stride takes second. Mongoose is third. A late run from Camden Park, but it's all Balto Star. Balto Star leads every step of the way. Just crushes the field in the spiral.
Balto Star drew away to a 12 3/4 length victory over Halo Stride. Balto Star, the 5th betting choice in this field of 9, paid $14 for the win. He's owned by the Ants 2 stable of Stuart Subotnick, ridden to victory by the veteran Mark Guidry. His performance in the Spiral Stakes could earn him a chance at the Kentucky Derby. Trainer Todd Pletcher said he'll consider that after the Lexington Stakes, his next start. Earlier in the card at Turfway Park, they ran the $100,000 Rushaway Stakes. Also for 3-year-olds, the distance 1 1/16. Jockey Robbie Davis tucked Percy Hope in along the rail before taking over here in the stretch, and he'll cross the wire a length in front of X Country for the victory. High Cascade finished in the show spot. In his 4th out of 2001, Percy Hope wins the Rushaway Stakes, returning $6, $3.60, and $3. Percy Hope is eyed out of a Red Ransom mare. Races for the Waterfall stable of Thomas and Peter Wilmot. Trained by Anthony Reinstether, Percy Hope has been in the money 7 of his 11 starts, earning $135,897. From northern Kentucky now to South Florida and Hialeah Park. Surprising appearance here by trainer Nick Zito entering AP Valentine, last year's Grade 1 Champagne winner, in an optional claiming event at Hialeah Park for 3-year-olds and up at 1 1/16. 5 went to the post, but 4 were outclassed.
Approaching the quarter pole, 6:15 by 5. AP Valentine is trying to mount a rally in second. Then it's El Baezano in third, turning for home, 6:15. AP Valentine is now let loose on the outside, and he breezes to the front with 1/8 of a mile to go. 6:15 is a good second. Then it's El Baezano in third, followed by Al Karnak. But AP Valentine has too much class for this group, and he will win this one going away. AP Valentine strolls home by 4.
It's a new track record for AP Valentine, 140-1, putting him right back in the running for a Kentucky Derby start. He came from 10 lengths off the pace to win easily with jockey Iber Koa. Trainer Nick Zito was concerned that AP Valentine was behind the other Derby favorites before his performance last Saturday. He said he's now ready to go on to his next start, the Bluegrass Stakes April 14th, or the Lexington Stakes April 21st at Keeneland. To Arkansas now, 3-year-olds running at Oaklawn Park in the Grade 3 $100,000 Rebel Stakes at 1 1/16. Seemed to be a 3-horse race with the favorite #1, Son of a Rocket, #5, Strike It Smart, and on the inside, #3, Crafty Shaw. The 8th fall, though, Crafty Shaw digs in on the inside. He'll go on to win here by 3/4 of a length, with Arctic Boy getting up for second, Strike It Smart holding on for third. Crafty Shaw is owned by the Lucky 7 Stables, trained by Peter Vestal. Joe Johnson was the winning rider. This was the 2nd Rebel Stakes victory for both Vestal and Johnson. Crafty Shaw is a $130,000 Keeneland sales grad with 3 wins in 6 starts, earnings of more than $103,000. Next for Crafty Shaw, the Arkansas Derby. And on the subject of 3-year-olds, here's the latest NTRA 3-year-old poll. Point given, still #1. Thoroughbred Corporation owned. Bob Baffert trained. Baffert's Dubai World Cup winner Captain Steve now is the overall #1 in the NTRA poll, just ahead of Tiz Now.
This is Buster, and this is Buster's Barbecue. Everyone raves about this little out-of-the-way place. But a little out of the way can also mean a little hard to find. So Buster showed people how on cable TV. And now the only thing hard to find is an open table at lunchtime. Cable advertising. It's easy, it's affordable, it works. AT&T Media Services. Get your ads worth. This is Flora, and this is her flower shop. This is Flora's Flower Shop on cable TV. These are the people who saw Flora's shop on TV. And this is Flora's shop blossoming, which actually makes this the beginning, not the end, of a very beautiful story. Cable advertising. It's easy, it's affordable, it works. AT&T Media Services. Get your ads worth.
As the Final Four winds down, turn to ESPN to keep up. Inside analysis from Chris, Digger, and Dickie V.
The best sporting event of all.
With round-the-clock coverage and live sports centers from Minneapolis, ESPN's got the Final Four covered.
Welcome back to the Racehorse Digest, presented by Citgo. We move now to quarter horse racing at Sutherland Park, New Mexico, just outside El Paso, for the West Texas Derby last Sunday. The West Texas Derby originated back in Sonora, Texas in 1964. It was moved to Sutherland Park then in 1972. This, the 38th running of the $108,755 West Texas Derby for 3-year-old quarter horses at 400 yards. Fastest qualifier #4, Kendall Jackson. But watch for #5, Leading Diva.
Locked up and away they run, and Blaze Me a Fortune skittled across onto I'm a Royal Winner, and it's Kendall Jackson in front. Leading Diva on the outside, and down the outer is no easy task. In the centre is next placing Bob Perkins, but the one to catch is Kendall Jackson, and Kendall Jackson's 2 in front. Leading Diva in second. An awesome win for Kendall Jackson in the West Texas Derby. Leading Diva second, past the form out wide was third.
Kendall Jackson wins the West Texas Derby by a length over Leading Diva, with Past the Form taking the show. Michael Joyner trains Kendall Jackson for owner Janice Spencer. Larry Gomez was the winning jockey. Michael Joyner is having an incredible meet at Sutherland, the trainer winning it better than 35%. Kendall Jackson has now won 4 of 10 races, pushed his career earnings to almost $76,000. Well, before the West Texas Derby on Sunday, trainer Michael Joyner was busy Friday trying to get his 2-year-olds qualified for the West Texas Futurity, the biggest event for the freshman quarter horses at Sutherland. In the 10th race, Joyner saddled #6, Cheering Cash. Again, jockey Larry Gomez is up.
Away, Reckless Endangerment stood there a bit. Going fast out with Cheering Cash, and it's Pie again. Then Fast and Far, and first place gold the outside from Reckless Endangerment. Cheering Cash going up to take the lead away from It's Pie again, and Cheering Cash is a dominant winner. Second, It's Pie again, and first place gold is third.
Cheering Cash stopped the clock at 15.315 and became the fastest qualifier out of 12 trials for the West Texas Futurity. VDL Crafton owns Cheering Cash, a Viva El Seis gelding out of a Merganser mare. Joyner also trains the 10th fastest qualifier, Kifty's First Dash. Finals coming up Saturday, April 7th at Sutherland Park in New Mexico. At Los Alamitos in Southern California on a foggy night, they held the La Pacifica Handicap. 3-year-old fillies going 350 yards. This was a close race between stablemates #3, Summertime Quickie, and #4, More Heart.
And away they go. And a good start for Victory Splash on the outside. Summertime Quickie and Velvet Meter. More Heart are all right there. Victory Splash on the outside. Velvet Meter and Summertime Quickie are the 3 going best. Victory Splash, Velvet Meter, Summertime Quickie. Summertime Quickie. More Heart's up for second, and Velvet Meter third.
Summertime Quickie just gets up by a neck over More Heart, with Velvet Meter holding on for third. Summertime Quickie qualified for the Los Alamitos Winter Derby earlier in the meet. She finished 4th in the finals there. Summertime Quickie races for James Azevedo, Charles Boyles, and Paul Jones. Jones trains and is the leading trainer right now with Los Al. Rodrigo Aceves was the winning rider. His daughter, Royal Quick Dash, has won 4 of her 10 starts with earnings of over $64,000. Her time for the 350 yards, 17.560 seconds. For more information on the Racing American Quarter Horse, the AQHA provides this toll-free number for you, 1-800-414-RIDE.
Hungry for some white, flaky fish? How about delicious, crunchy shrimp? Come in now for the Fish 21-piece crunchy shrimp and more meal. The perfect combination of everything you love about Long John Silver's. You get our famous fish, 21 crunchy shrimp, piping hot hush puppies, crispy fries, and slaw for just $3.99. It's the taste and the deal you can only find at Long John Silver's. The only place to go for that one-of-a-kind taste, Long John Silver's.
1,200 pounds of pure horsepower. An adrenaline-pumping, all-out dash to the finish line. Owning a Racing American Quarter Horse is like having your very own high-powered dragster. Let the American Quarter Horse Association show you how easy it is to get started. Call us at 1-800-414-RIDE or visit AQHA.com. Then call your friends and invite them to join you in the winner's circle.
You know, ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life, and most of the century's top inventions came from individuals, not companies. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? Are you interested in trying to submit your idea to companies for a good faith review and in trying to patent it as well? If so, Invention Submission Corporation has information to help you get started. ISC is America's largest inventor service firm with over 50 offices nationwide. Call this toll-free number now to see how to get this free information. The information includes forms to assure confidentiality, a form to record and date your idea, plus an informative brochure that explains how to submit your idea to companies through ISC's data bank and how to apply for a patent. Even if you only have an idea for improving an existing product, you'll want to call now for ISC's free information.
For your free information, call Invention Submission Corporation at 1-800-554-9000. That's 1-800-554-9000.
Mike Pegram's Dubai World Cup check puts him on top of the owner standings. Money earned so far in 2001. But our second Thoroughbred race recap features older horses, including a French invader in Louisiana and a record-breaking performance in Florida. We'll begin at the fairgrounds in New Orleans. The Grade 2 $600,000 explosive bid. The Thoroughbred's 4 and up, going a mile on the turf. The favorite here, number 4, King Cougat, is making his first start since finishing 11th last November's Breeders' Cup Mile.
Coming now to the top of the straight, Yarolino has the lead. Northcote Road is still there on the outside. And down the straight, Yarolino has the lead. Northcote Road is next. Divine Wind tries to get through on the inside. Tagier on the outside is next. King Cougat finally with some room. But now they come to the 16th pole. It is Tagier going to win the explosive bid.
Tagier just gets up in the final strides to win by a neck over Northcote Road, with the favorite King Cougat taking the show. Tagier, an Irish bred, went off at 9-1, paid $21.40 for the victory. He raced exclusively in France before an allowance win at the fairgrounds in February. This makes him 2 for 2 now in the USA. Tagier, owned by Gary Tanaka, trained by Niall O'Callaghan, Robbie Alvarado, the winning jockey. From the fairgrounds in New Orleans, we head to Hialeah in South Florida. Trainer Nick Zito already had one record-breaking performance from his stable on Saturday. Could his luck continue in this Grade 3 $200,000 Widener handicap? 3-year-olds and up, going a mile and an eighth. The overwhelming favorite was Albert the Great, with jockey Jorge Chavez.
Albert the Great is full of run. He's just cruising at the top of the stretch as he breezes on by High Security. You So Bad on the outside, Dakota Hills at the rail. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Jorge Chavez has been the perfect passenger on Albert the Great. You So Bad is in the second. Dakota Hills at the rail and High Security. But it's Albert the Great's show today as he strolls home a 7-length winner of the Widener.
Albert the Great caps off a great day for trainer Nick Zito, taking the Widener handicap in a track record time of 1:45.2. Carrying 7 more pounds than the rest of the field, he paid $210 for the win. Albert the Great is an $85,000 Keeneland sales grad, has won 6 of his 15 starts and earned $1.4 million. His next race could be the Pimlico Special. They might meet up with Captain Steve and Tisdale, the nation's top 2-ranked thoroughbred. Down at Turfway Park in northern Kentucky again for Saturday's races. The $150,000 Bourbonnais Breeders' Cup Stakes, one of the features. 3-year-old fillies a mile on the dirt. Number 5, Sweet Nanette, set in second behind Upside most of the way before pulling even with her in the stretch and now drawing clear for 2 lengths at the wire. This $57,000 Keenan Sales grad returned $340 for the win. Sweet Nanette is the daughter of You and I, and owned by the West Point Thoroughbreds and Terry Finley, Dallas Stewart, the trainer. Here you see Sweet Nanette under Hall of Fame jockey Pat Day. As she wins the Bourbonnais Breeders' Cup Stakes, she's now undefeated in 4 starts, earnings of $168,000. The final time, 137-3. And now we go to Illinois, Sportsman's Park for the $100,000 Sportsman Park Breeders' Cup 3-year-olds and up at a mile. Grabbing the lead is Chicago 6, the top Illinois-bred older male of 2000. He'll go on to take the Sportsman's Park Breeders' Cup handicap by 2 3/4 lengths over Apt to Be. Chicago 6 is owned by Richard Trubat, trained by Jerry Smith. Jockey Alfredo Juarez was in the iron. Chicago 6 extends his unbeaten streak at Sportsman's Park to 4 races. He's 12 of 28, lifetime earnings of more than $350,000. And to keep up with all the horse racing news and results, join us on ESPN.com. Click on Horse Racing.
This year, the Road to Kentucky runs through Chicago. Sportsman's Park presents the nationally televised Illinois Derby on April 7th. Now a major prep race for the Kentucky Derby and one of the richest, most prestigious 3-year-old stakes in the country. Catch 43 days of racing excitement at Sportsman's, plus a newly improved facility, a highly acclaimed racing surface, and now a stop on the road to the Kentucky Derby. In 2001, make Sportsman's Park your first stop, March 2nd through April 30th.
The world-famous Stardust Resort and Casino lights up Las Vegas. Located in the heart of the Strip, discover superstar accommodations and entertainment. Mr. Las Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, performs nightly. The Stardust features 62 acres of luxury and Las Vegas-style fun, 1,500 deluxe rooms and suites, 6 fabulous restaurants, and America's #1 race and sports book. Experience the best of Las Vegas. The Stardust Resort and Casino on the Strip.
It's the ESPN Action Sports and Music Awards, fueled by Mountain Dew, hosted by Rebecca Romaine Stamos, LL Cool J, and Chris Klein. Plus, a special live performance by the original members of Black Sabbath. Tuesday, April 10th on ESPN.
This ESPN presentation of Race Horse Digest is being brought to you by Citgo. We know you. The American Quarter Horse Association. Let freedom ride. And by Long John Silver's. You can't resist the cravings. Equibase.com, your official online source for racing information, from entries to results and everything in between. Equibase.com is a service of Equibase Company, the Thoroughbred Industries official database. Join us next week on the Racehorse Digest, back at our regular time, Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern. And in news from the Thoroughbred Breeding Shed, there's Fusai Chief Pegasus, last year's Kentucky Derby winner. They just announced that he, along with High Yield, the Coolmore Stallions, will head from North America down to the Southern Hemisphere for double stallion duty. Coolmore with 8 stallions now in both the Northern and Southern Hemisphere duties for 2001. And we invite you to join us this Sunday and trainer Tom Amos on ESPN NTRA's 2-Day at the Races at 5 p.m. Eastern, featuring the $100,000 Berkeley Handicap. Tom will be working with Janine Edwards in our studios here for NTRA 2-Day at the Races. And a reminder again to log on to ESPN.com for the Citgo Horse Racing Pick 6 Challenge. They carry over this week $8,000. And they played the Stars Spangled Banner in Dubai Saturday night as Mike Pegram's Captain Steve won the $6 million Dubai World Cup in the richest thoroughbred race ever run. Captain Steve, ridden by Jerry Bailey, wins his 3rd World Cup, trained by Bob Baffert. He won his 2nd. Captain Steve tops in Dubai and now #1 on the money earnings list as he goes over the $6.5 million mark in career earnings. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.